Thursday. Yeah. Wish it was Friday, but Thursday ain't too bad. What's up? It's the Victor Wilt Show. I guess let's start with, I found a thread about unwritten rules for dudes, unwritten rules for men. I haven't read through this because, look, I just barely got here. We're flying by the seat of our pants here. But I figured I could cast judgment on these. When it comes to unwritten rules for dudes, I could imagine there are some stupid things in here. Now, this post is coming from Reddit, so I don't know. Maybe it would be a little bit different than if I found this same post on Facebook, but if we see a rule that I think shouldn't be an unwritten rule for dudes, something we should change, well, I'll say as such. Let's dig in and see if I think these are true. If you ask your friends for help with anything that involves manual labor, you feed them. Doesn't matter if it's burgers, beer and pizza, or something you grill cook, whether it's helping you put up a garage door moving or whatever, feed them. I thought that's how you get them to come help you with something like, hey man, if you come help me move, I'll hook you up with some beer. I got pizza. They'd probably come help you either way. But I just think that is pretty much an unwritten rule, yeah. Give them some food. At bare minimum, a glass of water. Now, you should probably do something nice if somebody helps you move. Moving sucks. Good luck to my daughter and her boyfriend. They said they didn't need my help, so I ain't gonna. Is that rude of me? Is an unwritten rule as a dad, if your kids are moving, even if they say they don't need help, you should probably go down and help them? Oh, man, now I'm making myself feel bad. What would happen if I just surprise showed up? Boom, hey, I'm at the airport, come get me. I think another, just as people, unspoken rule is like, don't just show up, right? I don't know. If my kids just showed up, I'd be fine with it, but I don't know. I'm just going to pretend I didn't think about that. They said they didn't need the help. I hope that wasn't just them being nice. Because moving sucks, especially if you live in Phoenix at this time of year. It's pretty awful. All right, what else we got for unwritten rules for dudes? When you have a set of tongs, you clap them together at least twice to make sure they're working. All right, yeah, classic dad rule. Sure. You will return the head nod. Yeah, somebody gives you the... it's kind of like the Idaho wave. When you're driving down the road and you kind of put your hand up off the steering wheel. Got to flash that back, right? Yeah, I suppose you do return the head nod. I think that's, again, a people thing. Stand up to shake someone's hand. Yeah, you do, don't you? I don't know if that's a rule or just it seems more polite. I don't know. I'm going to start shaking people's hands sitting down. Yeah, I ain't got time to stand up. Hey, nice to meet you. All right, let me get back to work here. Direct the stream to clean the gunk off in a toilet. I don't know if that's an unwritten rule. That's efficiency, right? Let's see, don't throw a friend under the bus to impress someone. If it impresses someone when you throw somebody under the bus, that's probably not a good person. You see somebody throw someone under the bus in an attempt to, seem cool? That should be a red flag. Yeah. If you drop a girl or later your kid's friends or whoever off at home, you never drive off until they're inside the house. All right, I think I probably do that. I haven't dropped anybody off anywhere for a while. Okay, thinking when I've dropped people off at, the airport, I guess when it's my kids, I watch them go inside. When I've dropped Peaches off at the airport, I'm like, he's a grown man. I'm out of here. He'll be fine. And what would happen right in front of the doors of the airport if I, didn't watch my daughter walk inside? I think she'd be fine. They have a cop standing outside. But I don't know. I guess that is an unwritten rule. If you finish pumping gas into your car, you have to shake the nozzle to get the last drops out. I think that's a euphemism here. That's what I think. Don't take off another man's hat. I don't know if that's an unwritten rule. All right? Because it's fun to just, you do that kind of upward slap and knock somebody's cap off their head. I think that's an unwritten rule. If it's your friend and they wear a hat, every once in a while you got to smack that hat right off the top of their head. I disagree with that rule. What is this, something down south where maybe it's different if it's a cowboy hat? Yeah. You know, I'll have to ask the next cowboy I see, like, hey, if somebody smacked your hat off your head, how mad would you get? Those hats are generally a lot more expensive than a cap, than a ball cap. That's probably what it is. This is a cowboy thing, and it comes down to the price of said hat. You know, your expensive hat in the dirt, it's going to make people mad. So, all right. And you never know. Somebody wearing spurs, you don't want to get in a fight with them. I don't know if do people wear spurs anymore? I don't think they do. I think that's pretty old school. Maybe somewhere, but they're not necessary. So, it kind of messed up to wear spurs. Jeez. All right, if you get a text or call from your male friend and they're unusually affectionate, grateful, or gracious out of the blue, you drop what you're doing and tell them you're coming over. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're just being nice. Maybe they're hammered. Hey, man, I just want to let you know you're my best friend. Come over and make sure they go to bed. Like, settle down, buddy. I can tell you've had a few too many. You're being too nice. Don't stand next to another guy at the urinal unless necessary. Absolutely, that is an unspoken rule. If there are like 10 urinals and, you know, you're at the second one over, there's plenty of room to go to one, you know, many urinals away. It's weird. Don't come stand next to somebody. Let's see here. No matter your age, a stick is a cool sword. Yeah. I don't know if that's a rule. That's just, you know, the child in us. The child in us. All right, you always hype your boy up to a girl he's trying to get with, no matter how wild the claim. I don't know. That seems... I mean, you should just hype your kids up in general to people. Unless they're terrible children, you know? I don't know about this, no matter how wild the claim. If you've got a kid that's, you know, a real pain, maybe you just keep your mouth shut. If a buddy dies in the gym while lifting any kind of weights, you will put more weight on the bar, then call 911. Yes, if I ever decide to go to the gym, and that's the inevitable conclusion of what happens when Victor Wilt goes to the gym, please make it look like I was, you know, really killing it. With the old bench press. Well, according to the internet, I need an adventure. I mean, I think everybody needs a good adventure, but apparently, according to a recent study, 42 is the perfect age to have an adventure. That's right, my age. Can't believe I'm 42. I think it's not, you know, a specific age that indicates you need an adventure. It's like, oh, geez, I'm getting old. I got to get out and do something. Help! Help! How did this happen to me? How am I 42? I need to get out of town. I need to go on an adventure. 36 of respondents to this survey said they've become more adventurous with age. That's weird. I mean, maybe not. Maybe not, because the majority of people are like, no, I'm much less adventurous now that I'm old. I need to, you know, hunker down. I'm getting old. I got to play it safe. You get too adventurous, you never know what could happen. Yeah, apparently, however, adventure knows no age limit. That's what this article says. So I thought it would be a positive thing to throw out there. Like, hey, if you're older than 42, you can still have an adventure too. You're never too old to adventure. Let's see here. More people craving adventure in their lives. Yeah, it's because people get bored. All right? Got to get out and have some fun. I need to get myself feeling more adventurous. Sometimes when I get like a busy week ahead, I start getting a little bit panicked. Like, next week is going to be a very busy week for me. Got Lou Brutus rolling in at the beginning of the week. We got a big rock show going down at the Mountain America Center. Got to go to the fair food tasting. And then my lady's coming to visit on the weekend. Now, that's all fun. Why is it somewhat, scary to go, oh, I have all these fun things coming up? I think I've gotten too much in the habit of sitting around with my cats. Shame be upon me. I need to become more adventurous because all of those things I'm very excited about. So I don't know why it's an intimidating week. Like, oh, geez, Lou Brutus is going to show up. I'm going to hang out with somebody who's really fun. You know, we're going to go to an awesome show at my favorite venue to see shows at. Then, Lou's taking off. Then, oh, geez, I got to go to the fair and pass my judgment on all the very best fair food, eat like a pig. And then I get to relax with my lady all weekend, hang out with the cats, kick back, relax, have a wonderful time. There is nothing intimidating about that week. But when I think of all the tasks, maybe it's the chores I got to do. There is some stuff I got to get done around the house. Like, even though I don't have a big yard, when it's like, oh, it's hot outside and I need to mow the lawn. Oh, no. It's like, it's not even bad to mow my yard. Kind of relaxing. You put the headphones in, listen to a podcast, get the job done, boom, boom, move along. I don't even have a bunch of chores that need done. General tidying. Sweeping and mopping doesn't take very long. Do the dishes. And then, chill out, bros. Settle down a little bit and be adventurous. What's wrong with you? All right, let's see what we've got on what defines an adventure. Anything outside of their daily routine. Well, then look, I'm going on an adventure next week. All right, so it's not like I turned down adventure. Lou hits me up, hey, I'm thinking of coming to hang out for the Ice 9 Kills show. I don't know, Lou. That's outside of my normal daily schedule. The fair hits us up. You want to come out and judge some food? Oh, I don't know. I've got work to do. There's things that need to be done around the studio. All right. It's an adventure next week, and I am excited about it. I'm very stoked on it. I think it really is just the chores end. But I'm like, ugh, how about them chores? It's going to be easy. My house isn't even, messy. Like simple tidying. Settle down, fool. Ideal Adventure lasts about 6 days. So, yeah, I've got more than that coming up. It's a big, long adventure next week. And folks are willing to travel over 2,700 miles for it. Yeah, I'd say if you're traveling 2,700 miles, that is quite an adventure. Generally, if I travel, it's 45-mile adventure. Going to Pokey. Yeah. It's an adventure. Top destinations include, if you want to really get out of town and go on a real adventure, Hawaii, California, and Florida. Well, I've never been to Hawaii. I would like to visit it, but I can't pass judgment. Never been to Florida. I think it would be potentially interesting. But I think right now, if I was going to book a vacation adventure to one of those three places, well, it's probably really hot in California right now, huh? Summertime. I don't know, maybe San Diego. It's kind of nice year-round. But anyhow, I'm getting ready for adventure. Can you imagine if you just went to a show, just some local show? All right, I'm going to go out for a night on the town, and next thing you know, all of a sudden you've got Paul McCartney of the Beatles, Chili Peppers drummer Chad Smith, and Andrew Watt, who is, this guy produces like everybody nowadays. I met Andrew years ago at a radio convention, and like an idiot, I didn't stay in touch with him. He ended up being the guy writing Ozzy's last two albums. He's Post Malone's like right-hand man. Yeah, you never know who you're dealing with when you meet somebody in the music business. They might blow up to be one of the biggest stars in music. But anyway, back to this story here. I guess Paul McCartney was just on vacation at his home in the Hamptons. Ooh. So ended up going out to some kind of a bar, and yeah, All of a sudden, Paul McCartney's jamming with Andrew Watt and Chad Smith. Little tiny venue, busting out Beatles songs. Holy crap, that would be amazing. Apparently, Andrew Watt has been working with Paul McCartney on new music. That could be really amazing. Andrew Watt writes some good songs, for sure. The stuff he did with Ozzy. Now, Ozzy's latest album, it was okay. The one before that, though, Ordinary Man, that album was awesome. That was, a fine return to form. I couldn't believe how good that album was. And that was the first album Ozzy did with Andrew Watt. So if he's working with Paul McCartney, we might have some amazing new stuff on the way. So anyhow, I don't know when that music's going to be coming out or anything like that. But yeah, there's some pretty cool video making the rounds from this, just little show, just at a bar. I mean, I can't imagine seeing Paul McCartney live at a normal show. I mean, I'm a huge Beatles fan. So if I was able to see Paul McCartney play in a stadium, it would be amazing. But little bar show? I mean, if you've seen big bands play in a small venue, it's something you don't forget. Like, System of a Down at the Roach Motel, or, I don't know, I've seen a bunch of up-and-coming bands play in small places. Next thing you know, they're just massive. But to see somebody who's already pretty much the biggest star in music, I mean, does it get bigger than Paul McCartney? Not really. See him just rocking out at a bar, just killing it. Yeah, and he's old. I mean, some of these rock stars that can just keep killing it at those ages. I mean, it should motivate me to, I don't know, go for a jog or something. Get on that treadmill, bro. Keep yourself in good shape. Look at these guys. They're out on tour. I would assume a lot of them aren't living in a bus. Tool is, though. They're in their 60s. Just living in the bus. Going around doing, these big rock shows. And you heard me. Oh, geez, I've got like a few things to do next week. I've told you about Lou's itinerary next week, right? He's going to 5 shows in 5 days. Lou Brutus. He rolls in here, hang out with me and Peaches, do the Ice Nine Kills show. Then the next night he goes to like Iowa or something for a Disturbed show. Then the next 3 nights, 3 different cities in Wisconsin. Lou doing, a crazy 5-day tour. I would be so panicked if that was my schedule. I need to take a page out of the Lou Brutus playbook and get it together. All right. Oh, well, I'll eventually turn back around and be adventurous, right? It's a transitional period or something, I'm trying to, I'm taking care of a kitten, okay? That's what I've been doing the last couple months. That's why I couldn't be adventurous. There's a baby at my house. So, as you probably know, the Democratic National Convention's taking place this week. Apparently, there was an attack on some of the Democratic delegates. That's what the article says, an attack. It was a targeted insect attack. And you got the FBI and Chicago police investigating. All right, I was watching the X-Files last night. There was quite the episode with bees killing people. Was this a bee attack? Did they unleash a swarm of hornets inside of this hotel? Nope, wasn't that. This is kind of gross. By the way, if you're eating breakfast, you're probably not going to want to hear about this breakfast that took place at the Fairmont Hotel. Yeah, apparently a breakfast buffet was crawling with crickets and maggots that somebody deliberately let loose on the food. Maggot attack. That's right. You show up, you've been out just politicking it up for days. You need yourself a nice breakfast to get charged up for the day. And there's just maggots in the eggs. Oh, it's gross. It's gross. As you're scooping the food at the buffet, if it's moving, you should be concerned. It should be noticeable, too. What was there? There was one person they said was treated. They said one victim was treated and released on scene. Is that a hungover guy? Didn't notice that the food was moving? Wasn't paying attention? I ate maggots! Oh! Wait, okay, now wait a minute. How do you treat somebody in this situation? All right, not saying this is good in any way. Pretty messed up to go put a bunch of maggots in people's breakfast. But, oh, help me, help. Oh, they're laying on the floor. Oh, I ate maggots. Ah. What did they do? Pump their stomach? How do you treat them for eating bugs? I hate crickets. Oh! I mean, I can understand being grossed out, but call the ambulance. Help me. Can maggots make you sick? I mean, I'm sure that, if you've been sitting there mowing down a pile of eggs and then you look down and you're like, wait a minute. There's maggots in my food. I told you this was going to be gross, okay? I gave a fair warning. But I would imagine that could make you sick because you look down and... But could it actually make you, like, sick? Let's see. Can maggots make you sick? In general, maggots are not dangerous to healthy people, but they can infect human tissue and cause a disease called myiasis. Symptoms may vary depending on the location and severity of the infestation. All right. Here's an article. What happens if you eat maggots? Hey, if you're new to this show, sorry, sometimes I talk about eating bugs, okay? And these are, unborn flies. All right, I know it's gross. Maggots have soft bodies and no legs. They look a bit like worms. Okay, let's see. Some people choose to eat maggots intentionally. They may be fried and eaten in places where eating bugs is commonplace. They can also be used to make a Sardinian delicacy, casu marzu, which is maggot cheese, and we've talked about maggot cheese on the show before. It's an Italian cheese prepared especially to turn into breeding grounds for maggots. It's actually decomposing cheese. That's really disgusting. All right, risks of eating maggots. You may be susceptible to whatever they've eaten or been exposed to, which could be gross stuff. Look where maggots are generally found. Not places where you want to be having a snack, all right? Like dead bodies and stuff. Fruit that's infested with maggots is likely to be rotting and ridden with bacteria. All right, myiasis, you might get some bacterial poisoning, or you could have an allergic reaction. So, is there a safe way to eat maggots? They could be a viable source of protein, good fats, and trace elements. So scientists are looking into the possibility of using maggots to produce textured protein or sustainable snack for humans. Oh, help me! Somebody's calling. KBear, you're live on the radio. Keep that in mind. Who's this?
Cowboy.
And what's on your mind?
Just to remind everybody that maggots, crickets, cockroaches, they're high in protein and low in calories.
High in protein, low in calories. See? Maybe whoever decided to put the maggots in the food was actually trying to boost the health of these folks. You know?
Prison food.
Prison food. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate the call today.
No problem. Have a good day.
You too. All right, here's when to see a doctor. So it's if you develop any unusual symptoms that you think are related to eating maggots. I was eating these maggots, and I don't know. Like I said, in this situation where the victim that was treated, I mean, how quickly after eating maggots are you going to have a bad reaction? I guess if you're allergic to maggots, you'll probably have that reaction pretty quick. I would assume. Most people who are allergic to something, it kicks in fast. Help me! Get me the EpiPen. I forgot when I was mowing into my maggot eggs that I'm allergic to maggots. I've tried them many times before, and it's a big fail every time. Anyway, not nice. Not nice. But that line about the victim being treated, that just kind of cracked me up. Because I've eaten crickets. I've never eaten maggots, okay? We've eaten some gross stuff on our radio programs here before. Crickets ain't too bad. They look bad, but when, if you don't really pay attention, they're just crunchy. They're kind of like little, like goldfish crackers or something. They're no big deal. I mean, fresh living maggots. Okay, all right, I've talked enough about it. I know. You learn all these rules in radio, like, if you play heavy music in the morning, people are going to tune out. If you play new music in the morning, people are going to tune out. I don't know if I ever got to talk about at 7 a.m. thorough discussion on eating maggots for breakfast. Is that a tune out? I guess if you tuned out, you can't tell me. And I was going to say, I promise the next break won't be about eating gross things, but there's no promises on this show. You never know what I'm going to dig up next. All right, I was almost going to do a break about other gross things you could eat, but maybe I'll wait till later. I was scrolling through Reddit, and, as a ghost follower of the Ghost BC subreddit, I don't know, ghost fans, for the most part nowadays, they don't seem to annoy me like they used to. The, annoying fans have seemed to migrate over into the Sleep Token and Bad Omens world. But every once in a while, I'm like, come on, guys and gals. I don't know, this shouldn't be annoying to me, but it's probably just because I wasn't a fan of the music. They were talking about a band called Dogma. And they're like, Ghost has got to get Dogma to open the next tour. And now this is a band that visually, I think, would make for a good fit for Ghost because it's a band of nuns. Well, I don't think they're real nuns. Real nuns don't tend to wear the black metal corpse paint and play music like, power metal. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of power metal. And I know I've got listeners and friends that are going to be like, dude, it's just not my jam. So, visually I could see, yeah, that's great. They would fit in nicely. But here, you want to hear a little bit of Dogma here? This is what they sound like. They're not bad. It's just not my jam. What's going on here? Why isn't there any audio? What's the problem? Let me try this again. There we go. I don't think they're going to swear. I mean, but they are, dressed up as nuns wearing corpse paint. They could use naughty language.
There's a reason seen. We are human beings. Why is that to have some satisfaction?
Power metal bands don't usually swear, do they? Even you look at thrash metal bands, they don't tend to swear a lot. What if Metallica got just a few swear words in all of their songs? Even Slayer. They might talk about, terrible things, but not a lot of profanity. Anyway, you get where I'm going with this Dogma band. I'm sure, actually, with Ghost's kind of current sound, they've gone a little bit more 80s. My favorite Ghost stuff is definitely the older. I like all of it, without question. I like all of it, but Meliora's my jam, as I mentioned yesterday on the 9-year anniversary of that album. This band probably would fit really well at Ghost's current, over the top theatrical, arena or amphitheater stage show.
Listened in my mouth so that they won't hear. Fingers in my...
Whoa, this video's getting inappropriate. All right, I better close that. You never know if the classy crew walk by in the hallway. That was a naughty nun in that video. I would more prefer they go with something with more of a classic sound for some reason. Or, I don't know, to me, an ideal tour would be just like top-notch bands that have a very unique sound. I wouldn't say that Dogma has a unique sound. I've heard a million bands that sound like that. I'd rather have, like, Sleep Token and Ghost, all right? And then you bring in Guar or something. Everybody's wearing masks. Sure, throw Slipknot on the bill. I don't know. Or if you're going to go with, one of these, like, evil-themed bands. Twin Temple was a perfect fit for Ghost when they opened for Ghost. And they did kind of like doo-wop music. Not necessarily the most original sound, but they were really fun. And their stage show was just amazing. I don't know. Have you ever heard of Children of the Cosmic Skull? You ever heard of them? They're awesome. Here, let's check this out. Mountain Heart. We'll just turn it on in the background here while I wrap up my yapping. These guys got that 70s sound. They would definitely have fit great with Ghost back in the Infestasumum or Meliora days, or even, the original album, Opus Eponymous. I'd still think they'd fit pretty good. If you haven't checked these guys out, you should definitely dig in, because Church of the Cosmic Skull is a lot of fun. The guitarist has a guitar that's one of my dream guitars. I don't have a Flying V guitar. This guy's guitar's color scheme, Google it up here. Church of the Cosmic Skull guitar. Does this pull up a picture here? It's a Flying V, but it's got like a rainbow color scheme to it. Oh, these guys are so good.
From within the mountain heart, you never see the day again. On a winter's night, I heard a sound so cruel. By the moon, I saw that it was you. And dancing on the wind.
I like my classic rock, so these guys hit the spot. But yeah, I don't know where you can get a Flying V that looks like that, guys. It's awesome. It's an awesome Flying V. Flying V by Gibson, though. You want to get a real Gibson. And a custom one like that, you're going to have to fork over the dough. Where do you get a guitar like that? I need to get 2 new guitars, just so everybody knows. Anybody out there looking to buy me a birthday gift next year? You listeners that are rolling in the dough. I know we got some rich listeners. How about a rainbow Flying V? An official Gibson, all right? I got 2 empty guitar spots on my wall. Since I gave my daughter 2 of my guitars. All right, anyway. Check out Church of the Cosmic Skull. I mean, you can check out that Dogma band, too. If you're into power metal, you might really like them. Be aware, the videos are apparently a little risque. So, had I seen that, I might be like, okay, they might swear. They might swear. Anyway. All right, anyway. Be back in a second. Man, I am so pumped to see Ice Nine Kills live next week. Tuesday, Mountain America Center. Get your tickets now. If you didn't see them with Falling in Reverse last year, Ice Nine Kills is so good live. They have so many good songs. I actually took a look at what they've been playing on the tour. The set list looks amazing. So many great tracks. And you may even be able to go to the show for free. with an awesome VIP upgrade, might I add. because we teamed up with our friends at the Advocates Injury Attorneys, and we're giving away a bunch of awesome prize packages for this show. You got to get signed up like right now, though. Now, note, if you've already signed up in both the KBear and Alt apps, one time in each app, I won't call out anybody in particular by name, but some of you have been signing up over and over and over again. We, throw out all but one entry. So, just sign up once, okay? Sign up once on each app. What could you win? Well, you could win meet and greets with Avatar, in addition to your tickets to the show. You could win a Thrasher RIP upgrade with Ice 9 Kills. Get a meet and greet, photo op with the band, limited edition Ice 9 Kills watch, an exclusive RIP passport, an Ice 9 Kills sticker sheet, a laminate, early entry into the show, and then in this moment hooked us up with an awesome grand prize called the Become the Show package. So a listener and a guest will get to become part of the show and participate on stage within this moment for a song, meet the band side stage, get a photo with the band, get early entry into the venue, some exclusive VIP merchandise, a limited edition commemorative laminate and lanyard, an on-site VIP host. I think every time I say that, I say VIP post. Anyway, also get yourself into the merch area with a VIP line, express lane, so you can get the awesome merch before everybody else. Nothing like getting free tickets to the show and getting to roll VIP style, meet the bands. One of those prize packages could be yours. All you got to do is sign up in the KBear 101 app or the Alt app, and then we're going to draw winners tomorrow morning when we're hanging out with the Advocates during traffic school, powered by the Advocates. So, yeah, we got a bunch of people who are going to be winning big tomorrow. You could be one of them, but you got to get in to win. So sign up now in the KBear 101 or Alt 101 apps and get ready for an amazing show. In this moment, Ice 9 Kills, Avatar, and TX2, who, by the way, is dropping a new song with Ice 9 Kills tomorrow. Look forward to checking that out. That's Tuesday at the Mountain America Center, my favorite venue to see shows at. I couldn't be more excited. Plus, Lou Brutus is coming to town, going to be hanging out. You could meet Lou, get some exclusive Lou Brutus swag, like these limited edition Avatar style glow-in-the-dark Darlatar guitar picks. Yeah, I told Lou, you got to hook me up, but he said they're for the listeners. All right, fine. And Lou's awesome. You're going to want to meet him. So come to the show. I'm calling it KBear's 25th birthday celebration, as we are celebrating 25 years of KBear here in 2024. So the party is Tuesday night. All right, I'm reading through a post online here from a guy who wants to know if he's a jerk. Yeah, am I a jerk for not paying when I lost a bet? I mean, I think kind of right out of the gate, if you bet somebody and you lose, pay up. But maybe we need to hear the story. All right, let's dive in. Guy says, my girlfriend and I have been living together for about a year, and one of our main arguments is around my boxer mix, Max. She thinks she's a dog whisperer because her dog Jupiter is basically the perfect pet and that I'm a lousy dog owner. I think it's because she has a border collie that just train themselves. Right out of the gate, the guy's sounding like a jerk to me. Yeah, she didn't train the dog. It's a border collie. They're smart. You don't even need to train them. From what I've heard, I'm not a dog owner, but from what I understand, border collies, because they're so smart, require a lot of effort as a dog owner. You know, they need to burn off a lot of energy. You got to keep them entertained. But anyway, back to his post here. She hasn't developed any of the normal routines that dog owners do, like put their shoes out of reach or never leave food he said unintended, I would assume unattended, and gets angry everything she pays for it. I don't know, this guy's not very good at composing a paragraph here. Anyway, she left a grilled cheese, and Max helped himself. She was mad and told me I was a jerk for not training my dog. I argued no dog is going to turn down a grilled cheese. And after arguing, we agreed to see if Jupiter is that impressive by leaving a steak in front of him, leaving and seeing if he sneaks a bit. She said $100 was on the line, and I said, sure. And then I was like, no, that's too low. So I said $1,000. And I agreed because I didn't think it was possible for me to lose. Well, you never know how a bet's going to go. Sometimes surprises happen. You could be very confident and still lose a bet. So he says we cooked steaks, put 2 on plates near Jupiter, and left. She reminded Jupiter to leave it, and we left a phone to record in case he licked but didn't eat it. We left for 5 minutes. Jupiter didn't even seem tempted. I was honestly shocked. I didn't think it was possible. I admit I'm kind of impressed. Jupiter, good boy. Good boy, right? So he says, Max would have eaten it immediately, but now I cannot afford to pay the $1,000. My girlfriend wants me to pay it to her in increments, $200 a month until I pay it. I'm trying to talk her into lowering the price. I already paid her $100, but she thinks I'm the jerk for agreeing and then backing out. I already admitted she won, and I only make $21 an hour. I'm not rich. I think she's getting a bit greedy and smug from winning. Pay up, dude. Pay up. Now, if you live with your girlfriend, I guess she's still just your girlfriend. Maybe you don't, share money. I would assume by giving her the cash, it's probably going to come back to you in some way or other, buddy. Settle down a little bit. Give your girlfriend the money. Don't make a bet and then go, oh, but I didn't think it was possible. This guy definitely would have insisted that his girlfriend pay up, wouldn't he? He was so confident that he raised the price from $100 to $1,000. Sorry, you make a bet, you pay up. Yeah, I was actually just yesterday talking with Josh from Classy about a guy who made me a bet many years ago and never paid up. And it was only a $5 bet. When was the presidential election of Obama versus Romney? 2012. So this was 12 years ago. I bet former Z103 DJ Adam James $5 that Obama would win the election. He was very confident. Romney had it in the bag. I'm like, nah, Obama's going to crush him. All right? Guaranteed. And it was a $5 bet. I was like, if I lose, it's $5. Even as somebody who, in 2012, I needed that $5. That's like $10 now. So I bet him. And then I won. And he never paid me. And every time that I've bumped into him, it's been a long time since I've seen him, but every time I remind him, I'm like, hey, dude, you owe me $5. And he never paid up. So, Adam James, wherever you are, you owe me $5, bro. All right? I want my money. I could use that to buy, I don't know, like one small cheeseburger somewhere or something. Give me my $5. Freak news, as always, powered by Grease Monkey, voted Idaho's best oil change. Here we go. All right, if you're bleeding from the head and you're trying to take a flight, you got to clean that stuff up. You got to slap on a bandage or something. They're not just going to allow you to fly when you got blood pouring out of your skull. As one man learned. Yeah, he was trying to take a flight from Miami. Wanted to go to Vegas. Usually the bleeding from the head wouldn't happen until after a few days in Vegas, right? Well, anyway, got on the plane in Miami and he had a bloody forehead and was wearing a dirty bandage. And the crew's like, hey, dude, could you, clean yourself up? Could you put a new bandage on there? You look terrible. And there's blood pouring out of your head. You're going to get blood all over the place, and, you don't look well. So the guy's like, I can't fly, no one else can. Yeah, he didn't replace the bandage. He flew off the handle. Started fighting with the staff and things like that. So everyone got ordered off the plane. It delayed the flight. And then the guy ended up going to jail. Yeah, because he got charged with trespassing, resisting an officer. You can't mess around when it comes to flying. And I'm looking at the guy's mugshot. I mean, this guy's got blood all over his... He looks really strange. It looks almost like somebody had, scalped him or something. And then he's got... I don't know what was up with this bandage on his head. The dude looks ridiculous. I mean, you see a guy looking like this anywhere, not just on an airplane. There's going to be concern. The guy's a mess. Well, he's in jail now, so... I'm sure they'll get him some good treatment, right? Bandage that head up. Speaking of people who could potentially need a bandage, let's watch this news report here about a New Jersey zoo.
A video recorded by a visitor early afternoon on Sunday shows a woman too close for comfort near the Bengal tiger exhibition.
Bengal tiger? All right, it's not only me who as a broadcaster flubs words. I like that. So you got a woman who climbed over the fence at the zoo and is sticking her hand into the tiger cage, the tiger enclosure. And, well, the tiger don't look like he likes that.
You see her pull her hand away from the tiger as the tiger jumped up. She then turns around and leaps over the fence.
So you'll see them get really kind of agitated. They'll do kind of like you saw in the video, that pacing back and forth motion. You'll see their tail going.
Animal keeper Manir.
Yeah, it's a tiger. All right. You stick something through the fence that could look like a delicious snack, and you're like, hey, tiger, hey, kitty, kitty, come here. I mean, if I wave my hand around in front of my cat's face, he's going to get irritated. And he's small, all right? 10 pounds, not tiger-sized, all right? And when he bites you, it hurts.
Manir says the tiger in that video is 7-year-old Mahisha, who is a bit more aggressive than the rest.
Even if it's a nice tiger. A nice tiger is still a tiger. It's a big cat. What's wrong with these people?
Manir says that's the reason why they have several signs at the zoo advising visitors not to cross the line.
Should you even have to have signs up at the zoo? Don't go near the tiger? It should be common sense. But man, people are just stupid. Watch the Tiger King documentary. People who worked with tigers, I'm doing the little quotation marks here in the air that you can't see, worked with tigers every day. Yeah, one person in that show lost an arm, all right? These are tigers.
That woman in that video, lucky she left unscathed.
It could have been really bad. There were children here, right over there, that could have seen someone lose a hand, or worse.
Well, now this could be a teaching moment for children, however. Kind of like how I've said many times, one of the best things for my children was when we took them to Yellowstone when they were really young. You go to that Old Faithful Visitor Center. You walk into the theater. They've got a movie about park safety, and it shows a bison chucking a small child through the air. They were horrified. But do you think they ever went near any type of wildlife in Yellowstone? No.
Director of Recreation and Public Affairs John Medica says he's grateful other visitors recorded the woman's behavior and sent it over to his office. He says the woman not only put herself in harm's way, but the animal also.
If our animal would have bitten her, the animal may have had to be euthanized. And
No, you don't need to do that. That's a lesson learned, all right? Tiger bites someone at the zoo because they climbed the fence. I think the tiger, yeah, you use that as a educational video for other people visiting the zoo. You show that the first thing right when you walk in, right, Peaches?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who doesn't teach their kid, hey, don't go in the tiger exhibit?
Apparently, a number of people. How many articles have we seen over the years of people climbing the fence at the zoo and getting attacked by animals?
I'm telling you, man, neglective parents, they suck.
I know. People are terrible, man.
Let the kids be kids. Let them climb.
Yeah, I mean, this was a grown woman who climbed the fence and almost got her arm ripped off by a tiger, but...
That's somebody's daughter.
No excuse, Peaches. No excuse. It's the Victor Wilt Show. Hey, what's up? That's me, your host. All right, we are headed to Salinas, California, where a family is urging parents to be cautious after their daughter, their 2-year-old daughter, was mistakenly served alcohol at a restaurant in Salinas. Looks like Fujiyama Japanese Sushi and Hibachi. So apparently they ordered apple juice for their daughter, and this restaurant stores their cooking wine in a big jug labeled apple juice. All right, if you're running a restaurant that serves apple juice, you should not put any type of wine, even if it's your cooking wine, in a big jug that says apple juice. Because do you have cooking wine at home? I don't think I do, but I've used it before. It looks like apple juice. So, the parents thought everything was normal until their 2-year-old starts acting a little bit weird, Kind of falling over, leaning on walls, slurring her words. So, what's going on? They took her to the hospital, and they're like, well, she's got a blood alcohol content of 0.12. She's well over the legal limit. Yeah, the toddler was all hammered. They didn't seem to notice when she was extra impressed by the hibachi flames. Whoa! All right, sorry, I shouldn't joke. There's nothing funny about an intoxicated toddler. All right, here. But, when I thought about this, most people, the first time they taste alcohol, they're like, oh, ah! And a 2-year-old, they can talk. You would think that the toddler, like, this apple juice sucks. I don't know if your 2-year-old uses the phrase sucks. I know that's, not very classy, but if you want a classy morning show, you tune into Wake Up with Josh and Chantel on Wake Up Classy 97. But yeah, the kid just pounded it down, I don't want to say it's impressive, because that's messed up, but, seriously. Kid drinking it like a champ, that's kind of crazy. Does his family have, I don't know, if you have alcoholism in your family, maybe you need to sniff every drink that gets served to your 2-year-old, because, they might just pound it down. You have no idea until all of a sudden they're falling over. They start babbling on about some kind of crazy stuff, being really annoying. More annoying than a 2-year-old usually is. So, yeah, just a note to the local restaurants. You got to transfer the cooking wine into a different container. Maybe grape juice. No, come on. Just leave it in the original container here. Jeez. Anyway, the restaurant said, we're sorry. We've learned our lesson. You shouldn't have to learn that lesson. But the little girl, she's sobered up. She's fully recovered. She's fine. And much as your kids might hate it, I guess you got to take their drinks and take a little sip before you give it to them moving forward. They're like, that's mine. Hey, this is really good. You can't have it back. Ugh, cooking wine. Never tasted it, but I bet it's like extra disgusting. Man, there got to be some very unhappy drug traffickers down in... Is this coming out of Mexico? Yeah, at the San Diego border. $5 million in meth, disguised as watermelons, was found by U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers. I'm looking at the cartons of watermelons here. Okay. They did put in a lot of effort into individually wrapping these packages and painting them to look like watermelons. However, even at quick glance, it's pretty obvious these are not real watermelons. All right, and there's hundreds of them. Hundreds. The time and effort put into trying to disguise these bundles of meth as watermelons, it must have been quite extensive. All for it to just get busted right at the first checkpoint. Just boom. Hey, your watermelons, they smell like, bleach. They smell like chemicals. These do not smell sweet and delicious. This reeks of meth lab. Please pull over, sir. Yeah, okay. The precise amount, 1,220 paper watermelons. I mean, if you look at these, maybe they printed them up. Maybe they didn't paint them. But they're like, yeah, the cartels are working to evolve their smuggling techniques. I guess that's an evolution of it. It just seems like a really lousy one. Yeah, last week they found like 600 pounds of meth, and it was just under a bunch of celery. Celery has some type of smell to it, but I don't think it's going to cover up that horrific chemical smell. Also, yeah, they have dogs at the border, so I don't know. I mean, drug smuggling has been a thing for a very long time. I'm sure it will continue, but this is one of the funnier ones I've seen just because they don't look like very good watermelons. Certainly don't look tasty. All right? That's right, Jay Davis. Bow down to me.
You should be bowing down to me.
Why?
How good does our signal sound right now?
I don't know. I'm in the studio, so I can't tell. Listeners, you can
You're
call.
welcome.
You can call and let us know at 208-535-1015. Is the signal sounding good? Call and let Jade know areas where it's not working. He wants to hear all about it.
Tell me where it is working. Everything should be working now. Pocatello here, 1015, 1019, all of our HD channels.
Yes, Josh and I were driving around yesterday. We went to Taco Bell for lunch, and we checked out KBear on HD1. We checked out Alt on
HD2.
HD2 and Cannonball on HD3, and they all sounded very nice. Very nice.
Right.
So, since you're in here, Jade, let's have an argument. Let's fight with each other. I haven't got to fight with you on air for
I'm going to
days.
throw my keys at you.
Don't throw your
I'm going
keys
to
at
hit
me.
you with this little bear.
He looks like he's made of hard plastic. That doesn't look like it would feel very good
It's
cracking
kind of like
upside
a
my dome.
rubbery hard plastic. The one arm moves.
The one arm moves. Does it make gestures?
Yep.
That's what I thought. No, it's funny. Peaches was talking with, I think it was me and Josh the other day, because he's working on trying to come up with ideas for imaging for Alt 101. And he was asking us if we had any ideas, because he said he wanted to dude it up. And we're like, why do you need to dude it up? He's like, because Jade said it's a manly station. And I was like, now wait a minute here. I had this discussion with Jade off air recently. Jade, I hate to break it to you, but all those bands you loved growing up as a teenager, those are bands for the ladies, Jade Davis.
You know what my musical preference is.
I know.
And you have migrated over to it.
I do enjoy that kind of stuff.
See?
But, okay.
That and we both listen to heavy stuff.
We both listen to
some
heavy
wussy stuff.
That's
But
true.
inherently, that's an adult station leaning dude.
Alt?
Yeah.
I don't think it leans dude. I think
yeah.
it leans
I'm not saying
leans
they're a
toward the
manly
ladies.
dude, but it leans dude like our sales manager.
Now, I don't know about that, though, Jade, because it's pretty heavy on the, dashboard confessional style front.
Yeah.
Now, okay, how many times have we had the discussion about when we were teenagers playing shows? All right, envision our crowds. You got Dr. Seuss's Dead, and you got Death in December.
Which
all right?
one had more ladies?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking
And
about
then
here, Jade.
all the ladies brought more dudes.
Well, I don't know about that, because, the ladies were...
So you like the dudes is what you're saying.
I like dudes, sure. but
I played in a band and brought the ladies.
Exactly. And playing those bands on Alt 101 would bring in the ladies. Correct? If it's a nostalgia
Well,
station.
think
and
about the band we were just listening to. How many ladies are at their show?
there's a lot of ladies at that show, for sure. I ain't trying to say that KBear don't lean toward the ladies either. We absolutely do. Once we started playing all those old emo bands and stuff, we had a lot of ladies start listening
more
to
metal?
us. And more metal.
At least good metal?
Yeah.
Like dudes like your band, they only like bad metal.
Now listen. Our crowd tended to be the dudes that stand there with their arms crossed. that kind of thing.
The judgmental metal listeners.
Yeah. You know, when I think
That's
of
doom metal instead of black metal.
now, there's definitely lots of dude bands on Alt 101 because you got your Corns, Limp Bizkits, all that kind of stuff.
You think those are more dude oriented than say like what else is on there? There's some Atreyu on there, I think.
Old school Atreyu is I'd say that's kind of middle ground. But if you think of like, I don't know, My Chemical Romance.
I'll give you that.
We play like Fiona Apple on there and stuff like that, Jay, too.
I like Fiona.
I do too. She's great. She's probably my favorite female artist. Definitely one of them. She's excellent. She's excellent. That was like back in the day.
She was like the original Billie Eilish.
Yeah, that's fair. And I remember that was back in the day like a guilty pleasure that I wouldn't admit to friends. Now I don't care anymore.
Then you go watch her video.
What's that?
And then you go watch the video with her doing Criminal.
Is that the video where she's like in the bathtub?
I think so.
I'm a bad girl.
Yep.
I'm a bad girl. I always liked her beats and stuff. Kind of reminded me of a 9 Inch Nails-ish vibe, and she slays on the piano. Peach is joining us here. We're just talking about music for dudes. All right, Peach is talking
KBear and Alt.
KBear.
Cannonball.
Well, but I still
I'm not saying the ladies aren't invited, and there's not music for them on there.
I still think that it leans at least equal, if not heavier, toward the ladies.
For
myself.
Alt? Or which one?
For alt.
Yeah, definitely the ladies.
Yeah, see, Peaches, he's a young
guys
man.
have closed minds.
All the movies, 10 Things I Hate About You, Clueless, all the movies you had me look up were definitely chick flicks.
Oh, of course. But they put those songs in there to help the dudes.
I don't know. The music? What are you talking about? I think the only reason dudes were watching those movies when they were young is like, oh yeah, look, Alicia Silverstone. Very nice.
Taking Back Sunday.
Dudes.
That's what dudes want to hear.
Yeah. Dudes that Jade hung out with, yeah. I'm just saying those bands drew in the ladies. And yeah, you go to a Limp Bizkit show.
You got plenty of ladies there too.
Yeah, there was a decent number, but it was mostly
Granted,
meathead.
they're all old and haggard like we are now because that's our age group.
Oh man, it's now you go to all these shows.
It's like going to an 80s band in the 90s. You're like, whoa, what's happening with this?
Yeah, Peaches wasn't around back in the day when you'd go see like Poison would come to town.
You look around, see all these old 80s rockers, you're like, wow.
Yeah,
someday that's gonna be me with the 90s.
The very first time I saw AC/DC in 2008, there was a lot of 60-year-old women that thought they were 20 again.
Got that the Aquanet out, blowing the hair up big. And the 80s crowds were always very wild. First time I think I saw shirts come off at a show, Motley Crue.
And then you're like, dude, you're too hairy for that. Put your shirt back on.
What's the internet whining about today? Apparently adulting. All right, adulting, a word that I don't think the younger folks like to hear. Sorry, Gen Z. We're going to talk about the pains of adulting. Because I think it's Gen Z reaching adulting time and realizing it's not all fun and games. There's actually not a lot of fun and games when it comes to adulting. Yeah, what's adult problems you were not prepared for? All right, I'm going to see if these things here are things that I do think people have the right to whine about, or if they're just being whiny. And you need to get over it. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, as some folks like to say. All right, having to spend money nearly every single day. Groceries, gas, rent, car maintenance, insurance, student loans, utilities, household supplies, subscriptions, medicine, parking fees. It just never ends. Every time you think you're done spending, something will break down. You got to shell out $200 to get it fixed. It's madness. Yeah. That is a fact of adulting, and I guess you young people listening to the show, take a bit of my advice. Live at home as long as you can. Work a job, build up a good amount of savings. Now, it's great getting out on your own. Trust me, it's awesome getting out and living on your own. I live alone right now, and it ain't too shabby. But it is very expensive, all right? Especially if you end up having children or pets, okay? Like, I got a new kitten, for example. And I see a lot of people like, I want to get a pet. All right, well, let's break down some realities for you here. You get a cat, you have to feed it, number one. Cat food, if you want to feed them right, you got to get that wet food and the dry food, and you don't want to just buy the garbage, all right? Got to get them something good for them. It's expensive, and they eat a lot, even kittens. All right, my kitten probably eats more than the full-grown cat. She loves to eat. She's a growing girl. Then, you got to get all these shots and things like that. You know, right when I got her, I took her into the vet to get the basic, checkup and initial shots. I don't remember what that bill was. $150, we'll say. All right? Then, recently I had to take her in to get her fixed, get a microchip, and get, the second round of shots. She might have actually been to the vet 3 times now. Yeah, because there's a lot of shots. And don't be all, I'm not getting my cats, not getting my dogs their shots. I'm anti-vax. Get your pets their shots. Jeez. So anyway, to get her fixed, microchipped, a bunch of different shots and stuff, that ended up being like $400. $400! Now, if I was smart, I would have done a little research beforehand, and there are vouchers you can get to get your pet fixed for a certain, like a really good price. But, they only have so many of those, and there's probably people more hard up than me. So it's okay. I can pay my vet the full price rate. They could have told me I could find a voucher somewhere, but that's okay. I love the vet that I go to. Might have people from there listening. You guys are great. Shout out to the Eastside Pet Clinic. But yeah, so that was just, just to get the cat the basics, $400. We'll say $500, $600. All right, that was expensive. And then she climbed a tree one day and wouldn't come down. I had to get a guy over to climb the tree, an arborist, to get her out of the tree. I let her outside for one of the first times. Up the tree she goes, and she doesn't know how to get back down. It's about to start storming. She's up there crying. All right, I'll fork over some more dough to get that guy down. Yeah, you do have to spend a lot of money as an adult. All right? Ugh. And yeah, we've all complained about the grocery prices as of late. I get it. All right, what else do we got here? Adult problems you are not prepared for. How many chores there are? Yeah, you kids who whine about chores, wait till you move out on your own. You're going to have a whole new level of respect for your parents, unless your parents are trashy and they don't do any chores and, the house is just a nightmare. That might make you want to do chores even more. When you get out on your own, you're like, I'm going to keep my place clean. Well, that's a lot of work. All right? It's a lot of work. You heard me complaining about chores earlier today. I just need to do some tidying up, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do the chores. I don't want to mow the yard. Where are my kids at when I need them? Time to do some chores. All right, what else do we got here? So far, these are adult things that you should be prepared for. It being very expensive and tons of chores. Decision fatigue. All right, you're telling me I need to decide what I'm going to eat for every meal myself. Plan ahead, make sure I buy the correct groceries and blah, blah. Oh, I have this problem often enough because sometimes by the time I get around to finally going, okay, I should eat some food, it might be 7 o'clock. And I try to get myself into bed if I'm smart, like 8:30. So 7 o'clock will roll around and I'm like, oh, I haven't even done the dishes. I need to do dishes in order to be able to cook the food because the microwave is not hooked up. So I can't just microwave something easy. Therefore, it's going to take me at least a half hour minimum to cook something with the oven. I guess I'm just going to go get fast food. And then I'm like, oh, geez, you've been eating a lot of fast food. You're probably going to have a heart attack. You're going to die. Don't do it. Don't go get a cheeseburger. You just saw that article on Reddit where some guy who was in his 40s had a heart attack and had to give up red meat. Look at how you've been eating. You're going to die. And then I don't know what to eat and I panic. And then I sit there going, what place can I go? What can I eat? What am I going to do? Then it's 8 o'clock. And I'm like, I need to be in bed in 30 minutes. I shouldn't eat right before bed because I might get acid reflux and have some problems sleeping. And I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I won't feel good. And then I'm going to be tired at work and I'm not going to want to go into work. But I can't take the time off because I only have so much PTO. I can't lose my job. I got too much work to do because I need all that money to spend on the cats and everything else that I got to spend money on. Yeah, decision fatigue. That can be a major problem as an adult. Shout out to the Winco Deli for saving the day when I want to pretend like, okay, I'll go get some of that deli salad. It's got veggies in it. I'm gonna die. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, a caller. Maybe they've got some adult problems. KBear, you are live on the show. Please keep that in mind. Who's this?
Holy crap, Victor. You need to come hang out with the redneck and let your hair down, so to speak.
I don't have any hair left.
That's why I said so to speak.
So to speak. That's fair. That's fair. Hey, I'm just talking about how my brain works, trying to share it with the world. This is adulting.
We need to get you out with the redneck and his brothers and just let you wind out a little bit and just relax, not worry about anything, and have fun.
Well, one of these days I'll feel like I've got, it's funny because I do have plenty of downtime. I sit around and watch TV a lot and relax. But it's usually the before bed when life panic kicks in. So, but don't worry, I'm okay. All is well, the redneck. And I hope you have a great rest of the week. The weekend approaches.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a 2 weeks, but the wife heads off to North Carolina Saturday, so.
All right. Well,
me and the kids are going to be following her.
Well, y'all be careful on the move and have fun as well. And good to hear from you, man.
You as well. Don't work too hard, Victor.
I'll try.
Keep them stress level lows.
I'll
and
try.
Who cares what anybody says? We've been eating red meat for hundreds and hundreds of years.
And
I think we'll be fine.
We've had short lifespan for thousands of years as well. So it'll be okay. It'll be okay. All right. See you,
have a
man.
good day, Victor.
You too.
Bye.
Peace. Hi, Peaches.
Hi.
What's going on here? What's up with you?
Oh, nothing.
All right.
Just going through new Jenk Show tracks.
All right. Cool. That'll be fun if we get them in the system and ready to go by Saturday.
They got to stop cussing.
Well, metalheads like to swear. You know, it's fun. You know,
Or at least send out the radio edit.
Well, most metal bands don't get radio play. So if I was putting out a new song, well, I've always made radio edits of my songs, even when it was kind of absurd to do so. Because, some of the Jank Show songs we get that are sprinkled with bad language.
Yeah.
I've made a few songs of my day that were packed to the brim with horrific language. And we still made a radio edit of it. And I don't think I would even play the radio edits of some of those songs now.
I know Paleface Swiss is one of the most popular metal bands out there, and they cuss like a 7th grader learning the F-bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's because swearing's fun.
Sure.
It's fun, and it's good for your health as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for your health.
Why can't we do it on the air is beyond me.
Because of the old school and antiquated FCC regulations, which only us and broadcast TV, which nobody watches anymore, only those two entities have to abide by these stupid regulations that aren't even clear. There's not a list of words you can and can't say. You have to leave it up to, well, could this be considered obscene in your community? Who knows? That could mean something very different from Idaho Falls to Rexburg. And we broadcast in both. So we just have to guess. Peaches, what I was talking about here, which you could probably chime in a bit here. Adult problems you were not prepared for. You moved out on your own about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that took you by surprise being out on your own that was like, I didn't realize it was going to be like this.
Maybe remembering all the bills you have to pay.
Dude, I've got a spreadsheet at my house because you know how terrible my memory is?
Yeah.
I have a checklist for each month. And I go through it because otherwise I would forget to pay bills for sure. And sometimes I pull up the checklist and I get so mad. I'm like, I swear I paid that. Ugh!
And also what took me by surprise is the amount of mail I get for other people when you move into an apartment for the first time.
Oh, yeah. I still get mail from the people who used to live at my house 10 years ago.
The people over at Geico must send out like loads and loads of mail every single day. I get so much stuff from them, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's probably why the rates are going up, huh? All that paper mail they're sending
Sure,
out.
yeah.
It's not getting any cheaper to send something in the mail. Stamps are 75 cents or something.
When are we gonna like finally go to all digital mail? Because I know I'm an old school guy. I like doing things the old school way. But when it comes to mail, just give it to my email or something. I don't want to go through all this whole envelope. And there's a whole bunch of junk mail too. I don't know what's junk, what's real, what I have to keep and all that. I hate it.
Yeah, I've gone to paperless with most all of my bills. There's very few that I have them send me a paper bill. The only one that I absolutely insist that they send me a paper bill is Idaho Falls Power. And do you get your power through Idaho Falls Power? I know they're
The city of Idaho Falls.
City of Idaho Falls.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I get it through, yeah.
Okay, me too. City of Idaho Falls. Now, everyone who works for the power company, City of Idaho Falls, is great. Fantastic folks. But whoever made the decision that you're going to charge $5 to pay your bill online, what's the deal? What is the deal? Hide that fee in the bill so I don't know about it. You know, be like the cell phone company. Just lump it in with all of your other
The
fees.
thing I hate the most about that too, not only is the $5 fee just stupid, it's when they ask you at the very end, do you want to donate?
Yeah, nobody at that point is donating anything. They're like, you want even more? I don't care if I'm helping people in need. You just took $5 from me.
Right.
That's $60 a year. And then you have the option to get sent a paper bill, and you can mail them a check or drop your payment off at the drop box that's at the power company.
I got to take time out of my day to go over there and do that myself.
It's a no-win situation because if you want to drive over there, you've seen my truck. It costs gas. It costs time. And so you also have to pay $1 to get them to send you a paper bill.
I also got something else that I wasn't prepared for. The amount of times I will have to leave work to go watch somebody do something to my place.
That's true.
Like the glass pane for my patio door. I had to watch the dude. Took him 15 minutes. I left here at like 3:45 yesterday. He was waiting for me outside my apartment already. He was supposed to be there at 4. I'm like, okay, come on in, fix this door. Gets it done 15 minutes. Boom. Out of there. I came back here. I'm like, he could have easily just done that himself.
That is another pain of being an adult, Peaches. Yes.
Yeah.
And you have to talk to your boss, be like, hey, I got to go. They gave me this time frame when they're going to deliver something. It's a 4-hour time frame, and they always show up at the very end of it.
And luckily around here, it's, very easy just to text Jade. I can't imagine, dealing with one of those bosses that guilt trips you and being like, well, you should catch up on this thing here and, not go over there and do that sort of task.
I'm so grateful that we have bosses that are supportive of regular life things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some bosses aren't. And, a final jab at the billing for City of Idaho Falls.
Let's do it.
I just want to get it out there that they could get away with hiding these fees so that people don't know about it.
And they secretly make the fee more money each time. Like I know last year it was like $3 or $4.
I thought
now
it was
all of a
always
sudden it's
$5.
$4.75, and I'm like, okay, who decided? Let's increase it by 75 cents.
Yeah, am I wrong that it's $5? I thought it was a flat $5, or is it $4.50 or something?
For me, at least, it's like $4.75 around there. But
If
I
I'm
just
paying-
round up to $5.
Yeah, if I'm paying more in fees than other people, now I'm really mad.
Well, you're a homeowner.
Maybe that's it. If you live in a house, they charge you even more.
They want to give you that excuse of like, hey, you own this home versus, Peaches, who lives in like a 900 square foot 2-bedroom apartment.
Now, this is all just complete speculation. I could pull up my Idaho Falls bill and see what it would cost if I went and paid it online. But sometimes, like stamps, for example. I mentioned stamps are 75 cents. So you pay $1 to get sent the paper bill. Then you pay 75 cents for a stamp. And then you got to fill out the thing and then you stick it in the mail. You're still paying $2 basically. Just figure out a way to hide the fees so I don't see them.
I'm looking
out of sight, out
I'm
of
looking
mind.
up City of Idaho Falls right now because
See what the online payment is.
The bill was $92.25. The first one that got sent to me.
That's not too bad.
Ended up paying $96.75.
Okay,
So it's
$4.50.
$4.50. So You might be paying 50 cents more than me.
Maybe it is $4.50. I don't know. I rounded to $5.
That's still $4.50 too much.
It's still $4.50.
Get rid of the stupid fee.
Well, or just hide it. Hide it.
No, don't even hide. Don't be like a terrible company. Just, you send the total. That's it, and then boom, done. Don't be one of those places that the tip is in the bill. Like, no, just get rid of tipping altogether. It's stupid. Pay your workers a fair wage.
Well, yeah, that's a whole other subject here.
Yeah.
Tipping and server wages.
Tipping culture, I hate. If somebody ever tells me, if you can't afford a tip, don't go out to eat, I'm going to smack them.
Well, Peaches, yeah, that is part of eating out.
I don't care. I do what I want.
No, Peaches, that's...
I tip, and I don't need life lessons. I don't need life lessons.
That's the boomerest thing I've ever heard you say. Is, I'm going to go out and eat, I shouldn't have to tip. They pay the servers $3.
I do tip. I'm just saying, there's no need to have this pressure on the customer to pay the workers themselves.
I agree. They should pay servers at least minimum wage, and then you should still tip the servers. It's weird that server wages are what they are, because on a slow day, you're making. If you have one customer that's a cheapskate and doesn't tip, or they just come in and get a coffee and sit down.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for that bumper sticker.
You could be making less than minimum wage.
Have you seen that new phrase? If I get my order taken standing up, I'm not tipping, or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
Talk about boomer-esque statements.
But by the way, City of Idaho Falls, like I said right at the beginning, everybody who works there is great. I've had great interactions there. People who have had to help me out with power issues and things, always fantastic. I know we have a lot of people who work for the city who listen to KBear. You're all great. I just think that those stupid fees need to be hidden, because I don't want to pay it knowingly. All right? It makes me so mad. It's the only bill that I have to pay a fee to make a payment online. So anyway, that's that. Usually they have a way for you to get out of it, like set up auto pay or something like that. I would do it to save. $60 a year, that's a lot of money to me. But then $60?
If I set up auto pay and then they take my money, I'm like, who took my money? Who took my money? And I watch it like a hawk. Where'd it go?
I have tons of bills on auto pay. Generally because they give me a discount. They're like, hey, we'll give you a 5% discount if you set up auto pay. Or like my home insurance company called me the other day, and they're like, hey, your policy's getting renewed. Do you want to save 5% on your policy by going paperless? It's like, 5%? Yes, I do. 5%? Yeah. Don't send me anything paper. You got my email. Fantastic. It's how it should be. It's 2024. All right, anyway, I better end this break. Okay, I've calmed down now. I had to take a breather, like the redneck said, and sorry, $5 is $5. So, when I run for city council, the main part of my platform will be elimination of unnecessary fees in all things billing that we have to deal with here in our East Idaho communities. That's right, no unnecessary fees. Vote Victor Welt. Do you ever wish you could decide what a band's set list is? I'm sure you do. Because anybody who's really into a band, you're going to go to the show and there's going to be some songs that you wish you could have heard, but you just don't get to hear. Like that song we just listened to, Vicarious by Tool. I would have much rather heard Vicarious live than The Pot, for example. Also, I would have much rather Tool played all kinds of songs than Culling Voices. Culling Voices is fine. It's a unique, live experience because the band all comes out, sits together at the front of the stage. You got Danny Carey playing guitar, but yeah, give me Lateralis instead, all right? Just let's pass. Toss one of many other Tool songs at me. Give me some of that Third Eye. Anyway, I was just listening to that song thinking that song would have been sick to hear live. I've heard it live before, but many moons ago, back in the day. All right. And before I bail out of here, I had a variety of topic options to talk about. I saw a quote from Mark Cuban online that I was going to read and start raving about how extremely wealthy people should pay taxes, but I was like, I'll avoid that. Might as well stay out of the political stuff for now. It'll never cease to amaze me, though, how middle class and poor people have somehow been talked into thinking that, it's okay for these, billionaires to just not pay taxes. It's fine. Yeah. I tell you, I love paying my tax bill. It's great. Yeah. I love how my life situation changed last year, and I was punished by the IRS for it. And now I have to pay them a bunch of money back simply because my status changed in the middle of the year. Well, that's going to affect you for the whole year. We got to get them back taxes, even though, okay, whatever. Take my money. Take my money. It's fine. I'm loaded. Yeah, right. Okay, we could talk about, I guess, things guys could do to try to make the ladies like them better. Sure, this is positive. Minor things that are very attractive on men, but they never seem to realize it. Right at the top, there you go. This is a good one. Just listen. Just listen. All right? And pay attention and remember details of conversations. These kind of things should be common sense to guys, but guys are so dumb sometimes. But some of these also I go, well, I wouldn't have thought of that, and is that important? Good posture. It's good if you want to avoid back pain, but what, slouching? You ladies don't like it? You don't like it if I kind of kick back? Sorry, I'm trying to slouch in this chair here, but it's unslouchable. All right, dudes, apparently, you got to bust out a genuine smile. Apparently smiling is good. I could take smiling in a political direction, too. Saw somebody complaining about smiling online earlier. I'm like, smiling? One person was frowning, another one was smiling. Neither are okay. People are weird, man. Oh, what else do we got here? Now it's just people saying, keep telling me more. I'm going to become the world's perfect man. A lot of people really into dudes smiling, apparently. Somebody actually commented on the photo I posted for National Radio DJ Day, and they're like, yeah, you look really happy. Like, I don't know, I thought it was the best picture I had. The best of the bunch. Not a fan of looking at myself in photos. No, I gotta always smile. Come on, I smile a lot. You can hear it in my voice. There's a radio tip. If you smile while you talk, people can hear your smile. Yeah, can you hear it? What about if I frown? Can you hear if I'm frowning? I was smiling while I was claiming to frown. I think I should leave. End the show. It kind of spiraled out of control today, I feel like, which is either good or bad, depending on what type of listener you are. I hope you enjoyed it. But yes, I'm going to get on out of here. I'll be back for the noon hour of madness and mayhem powered by Jalisco's. And I'm going to go dream of Chipotle burritos. All right, you have a great rest of your morning. I'll talk to you in a bit. Thank you for listening and your support always. Thank you again for tuning in to the Victor Welch Show. This program's a production of River. Why can't I say that? God.
To say Riverbend Media Group.
Riverbend Media Group. This program's a production of God. This program's a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.